First thing, this is the hard hitting right out the gates. Ready? What's the best Christmas present you've ever gotten?
Ooh, man. Probably way back, fifth, sixth grade, I got a Dallas Cowboys Tony Dorsett jersey. Now, you don't even know who that is.
I know, Tony, 33, right?
Yes, it was a 33 jersey. I wore that thing everywhere. I was the biggest Cowboys fans ever. So I remember that gift somehow sticking out. Not that I was a running back, but that 33, that 33 jersey.
He was a bad man.
He was a bad man.
Best Christmas song that you will not skip?
Oh, God. Like fun song or like
Whatever.
church song?
Whatever you want. Like, I'm not skipping Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
I like a lot of Christmas songs, man.
Yeah, that's a hard
I mean,
All right, last one then. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie that you have to watch?
The Christmas Story.
Okay.
I mean, easily the guy sticking his tongue on the pole. Gets stuck. The Red Ryder BB gun and the
Okay.
lamp. I mean, that thing comes on, I'll just fall asleep watching it and enjoy it. I've seen it multiple times.
I've had a couple fights with my family because they're getting 17 and 15 now. I'm like, we're watching Christmas movies whether you like it or not. Like, shut up, sit down, we're
Yeah,
watching.
they watch movies on their phones. I mean, that's part of the
Yes.
problem. They don't even get sit down and look at a TV.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so going back to New Orleans, this year, what's different with your team this year going back for this?
I asked them that the other day in a team meeting. I said, guys, what's different about us? And, it was not a reflection on last year's team because I don't think we're just comparing the two. It was, there's been a better energy in practices this year. There's been a little bit more buy-in. The leadership has held people a little more accountable. I mean, we've run the ball and stopped the run better. And I said, why have we done that? And they said, well, we made it a point of emphasis, Coach. Y'all said we had to do this. We had to be able to run the ball, and we have to be able to stop the run, and we have. And I don't know if we thought that was a given last year, but we didn't really earn that. And this group has earned it, and they've practiced really well.
So when you say stop the run the rock, like everybody says that across the country. How do you really get somebody to do that? Because we've done that consistently over the years, and last year was a little bit different for Georgia.
It was an outlier because we weren't real good at it. We showed the stats every week in the offseason. We rubbed their nose in it. We made a committed effort in the offseason to say we're going to do, instead of doing one-on-one pass pro every day at our light practices, the non-padded stuff, we're going to do run drills. We're going to block fronts. We're going to block stunts and movement. We're going to really work on stopping the run and running the ball, even if we're not in pads. And then when we put pads on in the spring, we're going to do a little more run emphasis. We're going to throw less RPOs when we run. We're going to commit to saying the people are in the box and you got to block them and you can't just find ways around it. And I think you get what you demand in this world and you get what you demand in this game. And we probably demanded it more. It wasn't that the last group was not capable. We probably didn't demand it at that standard.
When I watch Gunner, one thing, as a defensive guy, I would hate it. As an offensive guy, I love. He always falls forward every single time. But I've seen so many guys slide, and I'm like, you just cost me 4 yards.
Absolutely.
Like, and now this down and distance is more difficult. Like, I kind of like it, but at the same time, you're like, all right, dude. Like, I don't need you to get destroyed either and get hit, but like, I mean, talk about just the toughness of that sucker and always making it easier in down and distances.
Unbelievable toughness. I mean, he knows where that marker is every time, and he's going to do everything in his power. If it means running through a brick wall, taking the hardest lick. We saw it last year, in that Texas game. The hit he took, he's committed to doing whatever it takes for his teammates and giving up his body to do it. And you see it. You see it in practice, and we don't hit him in practice, but you see him recognize where it is. We do a thing every week where we show a quarterback slide that costs somebody a first down, and we show them how far back they take it. I don't know why we show him that because he never slides anyway. That's not even in his thought process. But there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that slide 2 yards before the first down, think they're going to get it. He jumps forward and throws his head out there, and we have had to talk to him about sliding intentionally once he gets the first down, which he has done several times, and is really smart to slide once you get the first down because we don't need him taking those hits.
It's kind of third down, fourth down, touchdown, right? Like, isn't that that's what I try
mentality.
to teach my QB that, Faulkner. I try to get him to do that, which was a hard proposition too because he don't want to slide at all.
They're tough guys, man.
They are, and that's what makes the team great too. But when you see like that hit that he took in Texas, how did he hold on to the football?
I have no idea.
I don't know how he did it. Like his body
His
folded.
helmet came off. More or less the ball. Most people, you see that hit, you do see the ball come out, see it come loose.
Heck yeah.
And he's really, I mean, knock on wood, he's been really good this year, even with his ball security. They do a lot of drills with him because we know he's going to take shots. But if you go back and watch the Bama SEC championship game, there's 3 or 4 times that people are clawing at the ball on him, trying to get the ball off of him, and he's tried to keep it really tight.
I bet you don't drive it. You wouldn't drive his truck though, would you?
No, I wouldn't drive a truck.
No AC, not driving that one.
Not the summer anyway.
Absolutely, not in Georgia, no way. I'm assuming when you saw Branch and he came to Georgia, you saw the explosiveness, you saw the speed. What have you been the most surprised about with him?
His work ethic. Man, when I told him this the other day, I was sitting there talking to him and meeting with him, and I was like, I didn't know who you were. I knew the perception. I knew when you came out, you were a 5-star, you were really fast, and there was a lot of hype. Because even Andrew would bring tape. I mean, Dad, look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy's best punt returner in the country, the best kick returner. I'm like, who is that? And he would talk about the Branch brothers. I didn't ever fathom them ending up at the University of Georgia. And as that started to come about, I thought, well, what kind of kid? Then I met his parents on the visit. Then I met him, and I was like, man, his dad works him hard. His dad's a trainer. Like, this kid's been around it. He's a football junkie. Then he got here, and they were in the building all day, every day. They weren't like going out, going around. They wanted to be in here around the players. Then spring practice happened, and this guy's flying around. Like, his pursuit to go block people. We had a rep the other day in practice where we threw a check down to somebody, and he sprinted 40 yards to cut a guy off and start blocking. I mean, kids like that size that get the ball that much, they aren't usually good at transition blocking, and he's elite at it. And that to me was the biggest shock, is like how this guy is committed to doing whatever he needs to do for the team.
Is that a part of the portal magic that people have to get, is like getting to know the kid? Because in the past,
but I didn't know that. That's what I told people. I was like, this portal thing has been good to us. We have been so blessed at portal wide receiver because guys like London Humphreys, Colby, Noah, Zach, they're not ego guys. They fight their tail off for the team, and they don't really care who gets the credit, where you would think it's just the opposite. Like, I'm going to take a portal receiver, oh gosh, he's going to be a pain in the butt. We have hit on kids that are team culture guys. Now, we want to find that out before, but I can't sit here and tell you that we knew with 100% certainty what we were getting. You can't figure that out in one visit. It takes a little time to figure that out, but that's who we want to draw to us, is kids that want to win.
Have you ever had a team where you're playing this many like freshman offensive linemen that are playing every snap and impacting it?
Never. I don't think it ever happened I know the years we've been here, 10 years, it hasn't happened. The only freshman we ever had really start and play was Andrew Thomas. And then this year we've had multiple. I don't remember at Alabama, the 9 years I was there, that we had multiple. I think it's the way of the world now because of the turnover. You're going to have that happen more. But we got a couple pretty good ones in that class that have been able to help us.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so defense. Is the defense, like, as the season's gone along, is the growth what you expected? Why have we seen so much of this from Georgia's defense?
Well, it had nowhere to go but up there for a while. So, you know what I mean? It was like
when you're giving up 40?
Yeah, exactly. You had some games where we didn't perform well, so we knew we could do better. But we had to make some adjustments. I think Shu and the defensive staff kind of looked inside themselves and said, okay, what do we do well? What can we do well? Who do we have on the sideline that we're not using that can get better and grow? We made a couple changes to third down in terms of skill set of players, and we got better. Like every week he talked about, how do we get better? And we got better every week, and we still haven't reached the pinnacle of what we can be. We were a young defense. We were a nervous, anxious defense, and we're slowly becoming a more mature defense. But we've practiced better too, and I think that's a lot of it.
Have you ever played this many guys on defense at anywhere?
I feel like the last couple of years here we have. We had a stat that we showed in recruiting. I think we had the most players that played over 100 snaps of everybody in college football 2 years ago. And that 100 snaps is not a lot, but when you have 20-something guys that play over 100 snaps, that's a lot of people that are playing significant snaps. So we believe in that because we believe in staying fresh, and we also think we're going to play more games than everybody else. So you better have guys spreading the snaps out.
You don't have you don't have Jordan Davis or Devontae Wyatt or Jalen Carter, and nobody talks about that room. But you talked about earlier just a second ago, Ain't nobody been running the football on you.
Right.
So they're doing something right in that room. Like they're doing pretty good up front. How are they doing that? Who are those guys up front that continues to build a wall and build a fence and not let the run game get going?
Yeah, C. Mill, Xavier McLeod, Josh Horton, the young kid Griffin, who's going to be a really good player. Those guys, and Namdi, those guys have gone in there now. They strike blockers. Trey does a great job of technique. We're hard to run the ball against because of the way we strike blocks, and we rush the passer on third down well because it's third and long because we stop the run. And when those two things are working together, and we've done a lot more movement and stunts this year. We used to be a static, stay still. We're moving and shaking, and as we've started moving and shaking, we've been more disruptive.
It's so much easier as a defensive line. I mean, you give them a move.
That's right.
Basically, it makes it easier. Watching Ellis Robinson and continue to grow, because he's the guy that, like, you see the length and you see the speed and twitchiness. Like his development, it seems like his Everett was the guy. Okay, he's our guy. Like he can cover. He'll make big plays in big games. SEC championship game, you've seen it. Like. But then his development on the other, and Melo too, like tackling. Like I love watching that sucker. I like watching 15 come up and hit somebody. How's that development come along and made your defense better?
I think those guys have made our third down a lot better. Number one, they have really good ball skills. So when you make a mistake, they'll make you pay for it. You know, Ellis goes out and gets an interception on a play that he actually was beat, but he played the ball and caught it. And that's part of the battle of being a DB is, can you punish somebody when they make a mistake? He's done that well. He's tackled well. DeMello's tackled well. They've learned from Dalen. Dalen's taught those guys, and they've matured. But their growth has kind of mirrored our defense's growth. You know, you play well on the perimeter, you play man-to-man, and all of a sudden it's harder to get first downs on, and that's probably improved our defense the most.
All right, last ones, and this is just rapid fire. How do you think the 9-game schedule will affect this league?
One more loss, I think it's gonna end up affecting, unless we increase the playoffs. But if we don't increase the playoffs, it's gonna cost us probably a playoff spot.
Dan Lanning's been wearing me out. Like you about to see when you go to 9. Like he's been like you about to see this is not a good thing. Like it's
tougher. It's tougher.
It's gonna be a lot tougher. Do you guys ever get asked, you or players, ever and presidents and stuff, like ever get in a room or ever get asked about the calendar and what to do with the calendar?
We talk about it a lot. The problem is there's too many moving parts. We got AFCA over here where it's just coaches. Okay, then we've got oversight committee, which is ADs and coaches. Okay, then we got a conference meeting where it's the ADs, the presidents, and the coaches in a room. But everybody's not agreeing in the same direction. Everybody says, okay, let's work on the calendar. Give us a proposal for the calendar. Great. We as SEC coaches propose this calendar. But you still got to get with the Big Ten. You still got to get with the other power conferences. You still got to get with the presidents. There's too many. It's like government. You cannot get things done quickly. There's answers out there. There's people that have beliefs on a way to fix the calendar. I don't want to be sitting in a situation where we got 12 teams in the playoffs and somebody said there's 14 either head coaches or coordinators missing from those 12 teams. I mean, think about that. That's not fair to the kids, right? Like they played all year to get in the playoffs, and now
they're the ones that suffer the most.
Exactly, and their coaches are gone or not in place because of the way the system's set up.
So isn't that as simple as making it like the NFL's? You can't hire coaches until after, till your season's done. You can't be officially hired.
Well, the problem is that you got a signing date that happens before then. So there's a December signing date, and nobody's willing to give up the signing date. And they're like, well, just push the signing date back. We got 27 kids we signed. 26 of them are coming mid-year. You're not going to ever go back to the way it was and have everybody sign in February and come to school in May or June. That's not going to happen because kids build their kids' lives to go to school at mid-year now. And a lot of people think, well, just you can't do that. That's impossible. You can't do that. You got to finish out your senior year. Kids are trying to find a way around it. They want to get there earlier because they do play earlier. They get paid earlier.
Yeah.
And they get out of college earlier because they go 3 years and out. More kids are ready to play college football now than I can ever remember. I mean, I watched those high school games the last couple of nights. There's dudes that are going to walk in and be able to play. They're going to be able to play for us as freshmen. When I came here, there was no chance I was playing as a freshman. But these kids nowadays, they can play.
When you hear like the private equity coming into college football, which just happened with Utah, like, you get frustrated that it's always changing?
It just scares me because I don't know enough about it. I wouldn't say I'm not ignorant. I've had people bring it up, but I don't know enough about private equity to understand what is that going to change. Because at the end of the day, they're buying a portion of what your business is, right? And they want to have your business, and they want to control your TV rights, and they want to control some parts of it. You start giving that control away, and now all of a sudden, we're not practicing when we want to practice. We're not, doing the things we want to do.
That's what I'm saying. But you get frustrated that it's always like there's something always changing and moving. Like you always have to adjust to the rules of the game. Like
it's been a lot in a little time. I felt like I went like 5 years here where nothing changed. In the last 4, it's been drastic change in every way, shape, and form, and it's not slowing down.
it isn't money. Should we keep championship games?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I was just talking about that to what's his name? I mean, it's one of those kind of to each his own. I enjoy them and believe in them, but as the playoff expands, and it's going to be hard. I just don't know how they're going to continue to do that, and they really need to move the calendar up, which would move the championship games out, completely if that happens.
See, that's enough for me because I know how you are and how competitive you are, and I want a winner.
Yeah.
Like I want to know who won the league. Like I want to
too.
know, but the fact that it's affecting the calendar so much and the playoffs and all that stuff, and
the 9 games and that, because really now you're talking about 10 games because you're going to play 9, and then you got the 10th for the conference championship. And I think about the teams that didn't play that week, and I talked to a lot of them. They're like, okay, we were working on the portal. We were working on re-signing our players. We were getting healthy for the playoffs. And I'm going, man, we were playing for an SEC championship, something nobody will ever be able to take away from us. But there's an opportunity lost and cost on that.
Sweet.
All right,
get out of here. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Thank y'all.